Alright, we're going to continue with our folk art carving. And today, I told you we're going to do several other. We're going to do a folk art cardinal, but actually we're going to do two of them. I'm going to do it two ways. We're going to do one that is a three-dimensional type cardinal, and we're going to do another one that's going to be one-dimensional, or like a relief. And I found this pattern on the internet, and now you can do it one or two ways. You can do it, and actually the tail only came out this far, but I extended it a little bit more just so I enjoyed it a little bit more. And this is like a little design for the kitchen and things like that. They have folk art cards. We're going to do a folk art cow, but this is the little cardinal, and what it is you can do it either way. You can either cut it out like this and carve it all one piece, or you can cut this piece out and then cut two of these on each. One goes on each side, and glue them together to make your folk art cardinal. Now, what I thought we would do, and make it easier on a lot of you, is just to do like this. But this is I just found this on the internet, and a neat little pattern, you know. So what I thought we'd do is I cut this piece out of a 3/4 inch piece of wood, okay, just like that. And then I cut the wings out of 3/4 inch. I thought what we'd do is we would just do it like that. We would just do it let me place the other one over here. Do it like that. Now that would be neat. And it's got the bottom is flat, so it just sits up like that for your kitchen or for a window seal. That's what a lot of folk art is for like window seals and in kitchens and things like that. And I'll show you how we're going to do this. Okay, now first of all, we want the grain running this way. This is 3/4 inch basswood. We want the grain running this way, okay? This way. Let me just go ahead and on the wings, we want the grain running, of course, this way. So we've got those two done. All right. Now, I'm going to use my Mike Shipley knife for this. And the first thing I want to do is go ahead and establish on the other side over here where my beak is. So I'm just going to take and run this across here like that, okay? So over here is where my beak begins. And over here I'm just going to run this across like this. See? And then kind of from here we just kind of come out and come out there, and that's where our beak is, okay? So I'm just establishing that, in other words. These are real good, simple projects that make really nice pieces. And it's just sort of a rounding off process, as we say. So, the first thing we want to do is we want to just basically round this piece off, okay? Just start rounding him off. Now, we don't want to round this area here because that's where it sits on the counter or whatever. We just want to kind of round that off in there. And of course we're going to kind of bring the tail down. I'd like to bring it down to kind of a thinner way back here. There we go. Just sort of like that. And work from both sides. Work from both sides as we do this. Now we're going to do another little cardinal, and I'm going to show you how it's going to, but we're going to, you know, concentrate on this one first. Okay. Basically these are just sort of rounding off purposes, in other words. We're just going to kind of round them off. Bring this tail down a little bit. not to a point now, but to a thin piece. Won't take long. It's pretty self-explanatory, simple piece. Now, when we get to this area, we want to keep this area right in here kind of flat, because that's where the wing's going to go. So we don't want to round that off too much in here. In other words, this area in here, we want to keep that kind of flat. Let me go ahead and where's my pencil? Here it is. We want to, here, let me just kind of come across here and come across here. We want to keep this area, if we can, kind of a flat area, because that's where our wings are going to go, right in there, in other words. So we want them to fit right in here, okay? So we're just kind of okay. We're going to round this off a little bit in here. Alright, now on the beak, what we want to do is we want to take our knife and we want to kind of dig in here, and we want to come from the inside now. Remember, the inside of the beak here, we want to come from the inside. There we go. On each side we want to do that. See what we're doing? We're coming from the inside here. Now we're going to make that beak kind of small. See, like that. Let's take a little bit off there. And we just keep kind of coming down with it, like here. You want to be careful now. This is a small area in here. We don't want to get too rambunctious. Rambunctious, I thought that's an old term. My daddy used to use that a lot. I use a lot of terms that my daddy used. He used to say a lot of things, rambunctious, and just means don't get too wild, that's all. I really am a lot like my father, and I've heard that stuff all my life, and I think that's, you know, we all get in that predicament. But I've heard him say things all his life, and okay, let's bring that beak down a little bit. Actually, the beak is kind of like a kind of like that, but you want to be careful now. You don't want to hurry. Just take your time. Just kind of like that. Make your little cuts. where it kind of, see how I'm doing? Where it kind of comes to a, like that. Just kind of like that. And down here also. But you want to be careful. You don't want it to go too quickly. There, see, like that. Kind of bring that down to a, and then we're going to just kind of bring that down some more. Bring that down a little bit more in there. But you see what I'm doing? Just like that. See? See that? And then we'll bring the head down just, you know, a little bit. We'll bring this area down. Same thing here. Bring that down where it kind of, the head down. Okay, we're getting there on our little cardinal.